Times now reported that the government is looking at reopening the Navy tanker 2008 deal files. The PAC will now look at the UPA deal with Fincantieri for the two tankers. In fact, CAG had questioned the change in the specifications for the grade of the steel that was used, and this report came out in 2010. After that, there was an incident that happened with one of the two tankers where cracks emerged in the ship. It had to be repaired. Since then, the two ships have been deployed and extensively used, claims the Navy. But was there some pressure and was there some wrongdoing? Why were these specifications changed? That is something that the PAC may look at now. We also spoke with Vice Admiral A.K. Singh. Now, he was the Vice Admiral at that time of the Eastern Command. This is what he told us about how these deals usually function and the fact that, yes, this one needs to be probed.
Yeah, you called it a technical issue. I think I would call it a legal technical issue, and I suspect they on file whoever did the change in the time of contract would have perhaps explained it, and whoever approved it, both in the Ministry of Defence will have to answer as to why they went for it. But on the same line, I would like to perhaps add that generally speaking, there are thousands of merchant ships sailing with merchant ship steel, trawlers sailing, Coast Guard ships sailing, and by and large, even the tankers in most navies, they are generally merchant ship steel. So that part is not there. I'll cover the technical aspect of that separately if you ask me. But frankly speaking, I don't know why somebody put initially why somebody should have put military grade steel and then thereafter signed a contract for merchant navy steel. I really wouldn't be able to answer that, and I suspect somebody would have to, it should have been, hopefully should have been justified on file in the ministry. Then the RFP is promulgated. Thereafter, when the information comes back and then they decide to sign the contract based on whatever inputs they have got, the contract negotiation is done by a combined team which is headed by the Ministry of Defence, by some bureaucrat from the Ministry of Defence. I think after I left the Navy in 2007, perhaps there is something called DG Acquisition, I'm not sure, but it will be a bureaucrat who heads it. It's a combined team which has got some naval people and it's got bureaucrats and it's got the finance people. Now these are the people who would have to justify as to what are the reasons they have changed. If they have, in my opinion, like I told you earlier, that generally tankers should have been merchant navy steel, but if they went and changed, put one thing in the RFP and then put something else, and then the CAG has commented on it, it's something which somebody will have to look into perhaps.